Hi, this is Terry. Welcome back to my channel. Last week was a tough week. We had a lot going on, not only within our own household, but socioeconomically, the stock market, the coronavirus, politics. It was a heavy week, and I hit the wall on Friday. Ended up in the bubble bath eating Rocky Road ice cream with a big spoon out of the container. And Ray was pretty disappointed when they got home from school. There wasn't any ice cream left. It was tough. On Friday morning before I took Ray to school, I think I was sitting in front of my computer crying. I might have taken a look at our retirement accounts, and I probably shouldn't have. I think I saw just a number of different things, and it was just too much. I did end up doing a little bit of self-care in the afternoon and got a very painful massage, but that was actually to help keep me from having headaches, which I had been having for a couple of weeks. And I'm not sure about anybody else. In fact, actually, I know for sure that other people are feeling the same. I ended up feeling incredibly supported by a woman in Australia who posted something into a Women Founders Facebook group, and she asked for some advice around something, and I hijacked her post a little bit. And at one point, and I apologized for it, and at one point she said, it really feels good to be able to support each other even when we are in completely different parts of the world. And I have to absolutely agree. That was really uplifting, and it really made the rest of the day and actually the rest of the weekend a lot more tolerable, and if not just tolerable, enjoyable. It doesn't mean that I'm not anxious still. In fact, I am. While I was on the massage table, I was a little angry with my husband as I was face down waiting for Brandon to come in and give me my massage. And I was thinking about all the things that I worry about and I think about that aren't even within his realm of consideration. Ray and I are planning a trip to France in July, and I'm wondering, do I book things? Do I not book things? I think a lot of people are hesitating to travel because we don't know what's going to happen with the coronavirus. And I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and book it. It's only money, but it's only money, and we'll worry about it later. In fact, I think some prices are going down. I even read an article about Tuscany and that traveling to Florence right now, there's never been a better time as long as you're in good health and you take some safety precautions. There are no lines for exhibits. There's no wait at any of the cafes because people are afraid to go out. And so I think I saw that they're doing some sort of a travel push or promotion to say, hey, there's never been a better time to come to Florence and come to Tuscany. The other thing I've been thinking about is my son down in San Diego at San Diego State. I saw a post in one of the parent groups around. Somebody said that the kids should be stockpiling a month's worth of food, like peanut butter and crackers and Lord knows what else, in their dorms, just in case the on-campus dining becomes unavailable. I talked to my son Adam yesterday, and I just said, look, if the dining becomes available and classes are canceled, we're bringing you home, whether I have to drive down to get you or we pop you on a plane or a train or the Flix bus. But we're bringing you home. I don't know why we would keep you there. But we're lucky because we're not across the country. And I imagine if they're going to cancel, dining, they're going to cancel housing, they're going to cancel classes, and school is just not going to be there. And since we had a first semester that was somewhat interrupted, when I was talking to him yesterday, I was like, please, let's do whatever we can to not have the second semester be interrupted. It's already been a dramatic enough first year. We don't really need any more. Not that it's all about us, but I am concerned about my kid, our friends' kids, and then everybody else's kids who are attending colleges either locally or far away. We've seen the cancellation of study abroad programs, which is really unfortunate, but I guess that's kind of what you have to do when you're thinking about something that's a pandemic like this. The thing that I'm trying not to do is panic. I did hit the grocery store on Saturday morning, picked up a few extra supplies that we probably needed for our earthquake kit anyway. If you're in California, this is a perfect time to take a look at your earthquake kit and make sure all of the provisions are stocked and refreshed. And I got a couple of extra things. Ray saw some of the things and commented that we are going to continue to eat really well. We rarely have things in the freezer, so I have a few things stocked up in the freezer. Ray and I are doing daily airborne, I think, and a little extra vitamin C as a precaution. Zeke's on his own, and I can't imagine Adam will do anything if I tell him to, but I'll try. Maybe I'll get his girlfriend to get him to do something to make sure that he's staying as healthy as possible. And but so anyway, we are a little bit better stocked. There was no hand sanitizer. I actually didn't look to buy hand sanitizer, but the guy at the checkout said that it was out and they can't get any more. I've seen posts of people at Costco, and it's almost like it's Armageddon. People are panicking way more than they actually need to. I still don't understand why people are buying bottles of water. I don't expect our water system to be impacted, or I don't expect our infrastructure to be impacted, so that's one that I don't fully understand. So we're just trying to be, a little bit more safe. But I was playing in a tennis match yesterday, and we all agreed, it's just like, oh, we won't slap hands, we won't shake hands. But then I said, but we're all touching the same tennis balls. And I refuse to completely stop all of my activities. I am washing my hands a lot more, and I'm more conscious about, how I'm coughing or if I sneeze. But really, I'm not going to stop doing everything and contribute to the social and economic downfall of our society over something that, yes, it's bad, and yes, it is getting people sick, but it's not killing everybody. It's just a small percentage of people, and we have to do what we can to not spread something and to be aware of our health and our impact on others, but not to the point where we completely collapse our society and our economy. We'll come back from this like we do everything else. I'm also trying to make sure that I am enjoying the little things, and all those little things help to add up to combat all of the negativity. As I've said before, I'm a bit of an empath, so I feel all of the negative. I feel a lot of negativity out there in the world, and a friend brought some beautiful flowers over that I don't typically bring into the office, but they're sitting in the office, and so I can glance at them and be reminded of our friendship and of beautiful things. My freesias have come up and they have exploded, and they smell exquisite. I keep bringing some inside with some daffodils, and one of our cats, Zuko, keeps knocking the vase over. I don't understand. This is not something he typically does. So, but he's a cat, and maybe he's feeling something, and this is his way to relieve some stress. I'm continuing to enjoy cooking with Ray. Ray has a couple of blog posts that they have to add some snark to, so we can get those out. I'm trying to be productive. I posted some new blog posts on how we got the podcast going, Piloting Your Life, and
link in description.
And post-launch marketing for the book, link in the description. Both of those took about 3 hours, and I get asked about how I've marketed the book. I get asked about the podcast. I get asked about a lot of things, and so I'm just trying to take the time to write some blog posts so that I can just point people in that direction, and then answer any questions they have afterwards, and then I don't have to say the same thing over and over again. I was prompted by a call I had with two gals this past week regarding the podcast, and it was like, okay, I'll get that done so that they can have that as a reference. I have a couple of consulting opportunities that are kind of working their way through the pipeline, so hopefully that'll keep me busy, because the more I have that's normal and continuous, that keeps me occupied, the better off I am, and the less anxious I am about the instability of so much out in the world, whether it's political, financial, economic, or social. It's a crazy time, but we shouldn't be losing our minds. So continue to be there for each other, help each other out, continue to stay in the process, and be a little prepared, but don't panic. And definitely wash your hands. And with that, I think Ray has to get off and go do some things. I have to get ready for my second tennis match of the weekend. Yesterday wasn't so great, but today I get to play singles, so hopefully that will go better. The wind has died down. Yesterday it was almost like there was a fifth player on the court with the crazy swirling winds in Northern California.
I almost lost my hat.
Oh, where were you that you almost lost your hat?
I was walking by Barnes & Noble to pick up a book.
Oh.
And I turned a corner and it was just like, whoomph.
Yeah, it was crazy windy, which also isn't fun for the eyeballs when we're out there playing. So as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Feel free to share this with your friends if you think they need a little extra, kind of boost to adjust to the realities of what we're dealing with right now, and feel a little extra love to know that we will prevail. Until next week, take a few risks, let go of perfection, and above all else, have some fun.